Hello, leopard artists. It's time to travel with Felix again. In our book for this school year, Felix and the Flying Suitcase Adventure. So as you might remember, at least I hope you do, Felix's suitcase, turns out it can fly. He flew through Germany to Romania, to Dracula's castle, then on to India. And now we see this letter from Felix. Apologize, I turned to the wrong page. And the front of that envelope says, latest news just for Sophie at 33 Elm Road, Mansfield, Ohio, USA. So it's addressed to Sophie at her family's house in our Indiana neighbor, Ohio. And the back of the envelope says, from Felix, currently in China, somewhere in Shanghai. Unfortunately, can't read the street signs. Everything is written in Chinese characters. And the back of the envelope looks like this. Let's see what this letter says. Oh, there's something else in the envelope. I'll pull that out too and share that after the letter. Oh, it's folded up a great many times. Here we go. It's another long letter. My dearest darling Sophie, sorry I couldn't send this letter any earlier. I'm afraid I got a bit lost and spent a lot of time flying over the Gobi Desert. Let me tell you, this suitcase is unbelievable. I can even do loop-de-loops with it now. I almost smashed right into a giant wall. I'm almost embarrassed about it because it's not like this wall was built yesterday. In fact, this wall has practically been there forever. I'll bet that you have never before in your life seen such a long wall. I must have flown along the wall for thousands of miles, and now I think I've landed on the biggest construction site in the world. Here in Shanghai, skyscrapers are going up all over the place. There are so many stories on the buildings that I can't even count them. The old part of town is the complete opposite. Tons of little houses are crammed into narrow streets. The houses have tiny stores downstairs. There is so little space in the stores that half the time the shopkeepers sit outside waiting for business. Yesterday, I was in the most beautiful garden with an ancient red tea house. You would have loved it. I miss you, Sophie. Take good care of yourself. Your dear old Felix. P.S. Enclosed is a special puzzle and a kiss from me to you. And here is Felix's drawing of Shanghai. You can see the small shops and the tall skyscrapers, plus some construction cranes. And here is the puzzle that Felix sent. It is blue, but it is a pull-apart puzzle with a little note from him on the side. Tanagram is a very old game from China. You need patience, time, and a lively imagination to play it. You can separate this card into 7 pieces. Then you could make 1,500 different forms. People, animals, objects. On the back of this card are some examples. Now it's your turn. See what you can come up with. Have fun. I hope you enjoy this. Felix. And here are some of the samples. I'll put them close to the camera. I know the writing appears backwards to you because of the way I film our book videos, but you could see the pictures. And those are just a couple. You can search safely with your parents online and find several Tanagram. You can find Tanagram to print. You can find Tanagram apps. So if you want to play with Tanagram, you can find that very easily, as my leopards are very tech savvy. Sophie giggled. She couldn't believe that Felix almost had an accident with the Great Wall. When Grandma came to visit, Sophie slid down the banister and showed Grandma the letter. "You know, your Felix is right," said Grandma. "The Great Wall has been there for over 2,000 years. It was originally built to protect China from its enemies. Even today, it's still the biggest single piece of construction ever created on Earth." "So, China has a world record," Sophie shouted. Grandma nodded and told Sophie that China has many world records. With more than 1 billion inhabitants, it is the most populated country on Earth, and Chinese is the most widely spoken language in the world. Not only that, but China has Mount Everest, the tallest mountain in the world. Well, thought Sophie, I still hope my little Felix comes home soon. And there is a picture of Felix flying his suitcase, doing a few loop-de-loops, and his near miss with the Great Wall. The next afternoon, Sophie, her mother, and her grandmother sat on the floor and had some Chinese tea. "I have a surprise for you," said Mom, handing Sophie a soft package. "I thought you'd like to have this since Felix is in China." Inside was a tiny panda doll. "Oh, thanks, Mom. He's so sweet." She pressed her nose into its fur. "Pandas live only in China," said Mom. Sophie wanted to know all about pandas and went to look them up on the internet. She learned that pandas were first discovered only about 100 years ago in China's steep mountains. They're extremely shy and tend to hide in bamboo forests. At night, they eat lots of bamboo shoots. Sophie saw a picture of a panda mother with her baby and was very sad to read that pandas are an endangered species. So here is Sophie and her mom and her grandmother having their Chinese tea. I want you to pay particular attention to the teapot and the teacups and the fact that they are blue and white Ming Dynasty porcelain, another name for China, which comes, of course, from China. And there's a panda picture of two sweet pandas hiding in their bamboo forest. Now that we are in China, we are all kindergarten, first, second, third, and fourth grade leopards going to create a project that has to do with Chinese porcelain, or China, cups, plates, and bowls that are made from clay typically, but we will be doing something just a bit different. As always, there's a bit of a twist in the Lantern Road Art Room.